Hi guys, so it's Friday, and I'm going to be answering Connor's question about the benefits and drawbacks from competitive music programs. So, my high school music program was not a competitive music program by any stretch of the imagination. We, sort of did our own thing, I guess. I didn't know that, things like IMEA or NATS existed until end of my senior year. That's how in the dark I was about competitive music things, and I felt gypped, honestly, that I didn't know anything about these, that I wasn't informed about it, because had I been presented the opportunity, I would have taken it. If I could have been in, I did this internship senior year at Chicago Acapella, this high school internship ensemble. And a lot of these kids were in really strong choir programs, and a lot of them were, trying out for, district choirs and, all state ensembles and stuff, and, performing at, IMEA and stuff. And I was like, what are all these things? I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, what do you mean you don't know what IMEA is? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And I just felt gypped. That's the only good word I have for it, that I didn't know anything about these things. And I wasn't presented with the opportunity to do these things. We didn't have a competitive show choir. We didn't have a marching band. And granted, we don't have enough kids for a marching band. We have a pep band, which, barely scrounges up enough people to do it every year. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. And I know most kids from my high school don't really think of music as a serious thing to study. But, I feel like had I been presented the opportunity, I would have taken it. And I wish that every school, I don't know, I just wish that every school allowed children with the option to participate in competition. I don't know, it gives you a lot of experience. And when I went into, audition for the School of Music, I wasn't prepared for a college audition. I just wasn't. I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea, because I wasn't presented with the resources. And I wish I had those opportunities. But that's just me, and I understand that there are some disadvantages to competition, in that, it drives away students who, aren't interested in being a competitive singer or instrumentalist. Um, and it makes, the term, choir geeks, or the band geeks, actually, yeah, those are the band geeks or the choir geeks. Sorry, my computer is running around here right now. Um, so that's just I don't know. There are definitely the disadvantages, but I feel like if you're gonna have, for me, I would at least want to present my students with the opportunity to compete. They don't have to take up that opportunity, because not every student, wants to go into music or wants to compete in a musical way. Personally, I would have loved to compete as a musician. I didn't play sports in high school. I did choir and theater. And our version of competition was whether or not we made it, our show that was done in the fall made it to Theater Fest. And but there's nothing really you can do, if you're gonna like to, compete for that. And like, I don't know, I just wish that was not necessarily a part of my curriculum, but I was offered the opportunity. And I think that's a huge thing. And, I would hope that if I presented my students with the opportunities, do IMEA or something, like, or even, told them about ISYM. I had no idea about ISYM, and I wish I did. And, like, granted, I didn't know I was going to be majoring in music until, senior year of high school. But if I had known about ISYM, I would have been there almost every year. I wish that I knew more about the opportunities in music than I was aware of. And, like, part of that is my fault. I will grant that. But at the same time, at these other schools in my area where they had great choir programs, they were presented with these opportunities. Like, they were told, like, how to seek out these opportunities in music. And, I spent my 4 years, working my butt off doing extracurriculars within my school and, outside of school, but, like working on my homework and my classwork, and it was great. I have no regrets about my high school experience. I had a wonderful, wonderful high school experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But at the same time, there are just some things that could have made it a lot better. And I just went on like a rant about my high school musical. I could go on a big rant about my high school music program. I basically touched on a lot of different things. And some of it is me not seeking out the opportunities myself, but some of it is things that could have been presented to me that would have been a great opportunity for me and would have helped me become a better musician. So that being said, I don't know if I really answered Connor's question. I sort of did. It's all about presenting as many opportunities. For me, it's about presenting as many opportunities as you can to your students, and whether they take that opportunity. If one student takes that opportunity, then I think I've done my job right. So that's my perspective, and I will see you all next week. Bye!